YouTube, welcome on in. We just spent the past 3 hours and I think 12 minutes grueling and making this tier list for you guys. It was a struggle. But once again, joining me, I have Valkyria. Valk, how are you doing today, man?
How you guys doing?
Valk, how hard was it to make this tier list today compared to the last one?
Generally speaking, I think making the tier list itself usually isn't hard, right? It's usually afterwards when you go live and people are like, hey, well, why isn't this unit here or there? But, you know, it's part of the game, right? You just have fun with it.
Exactly. And we had fun, right, guys? We had a lot of fun, Smile. So, Valk, we're going to go through, and this time around, guys, I'm going to mention every hero as we go down the rows, and then Valk will give his quick take as an experienced RTA veteran. Valk, you ready? Start from the top?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so starting from the top, we have a double S plus tier, right? And these are going to be the heroes that in any given situation, you can first pick them, and they will be a solid pick in that draft. The other guy will see the first pick, and they'll look at it, and they'll have no idea what your comp will do. Your comp can either be aggressive or defensive, and it can adapt in multiple ways.
Love it. So, guys, in this top row, we have, after Valk's explanation, that is Rimuru, the collab unit, Apocalypse Ravi, Angel of Light Angelica, Fallen Cecilia, Bellion, and Crimson Armin. Those are the that makes the cut. And remember, after Valk's explanation of the row, guys, past like the second, third row, a lot of these can be moved around, up one, down one, and it'll still be fine. We kind of just, if you have a lot of people giving input, it's never going to be perfect. Tier list should never be perfect. There's a lot of, this is the time to give disclaimers. There's a lot of personal bias that goes into it. A lot of people can make any unit work, any unit look good, but we try to make a list that most people are okay with. And my Twitch chat is going to be able to sleep tonight just fine. And they'll come back tomorrow, all right? No one's unfollowing. And yeah, I think we're chilling. All right, Valk, let's go on to the next row. S rank.
All right, S rank. This is heroes that could be picked first, but generally speaking, they are fitted the best into the second or third pick slot. The way I see some of these drafts, right? Especially when you're a standard player like me, your first 3 picks is going to be something like a Guild War offense team, right? It's very well-rounded and balanced. And usually a second or third pick in S tier will go very well in fitting together with your first pick hero.
Well said. All right, and then the units in this row, guys. Landy. What's his mediator Koeric? ML Koeric. Is her name, guys? What's her holiday? Is it
Summertime?
Summertime, thank you. Summertime Iseria, Ran, Maid Chloe, Violet, Amelia, Ruel, Spectre Tenebria, Politis, Assassin Sid, Straws or Strays, Rem, Little Queen Charlotte, Closer Charles, and Cerise. Valk, anything else you want to mention on this row, or are we good?
Yeah, I would just say, generally speaking, these are the units you're going to see the most, second or third. And the reason why we're calling it S tier, instead of like just breaking down drafts, is just because if they come out a little bit earlier, right? Like, for example, one strong hero like that would be Ron, which is very strong, right? But if he comes out a little bit too early, you give your opponent the information that you are going to cleave, and then they would be able to adjust their draft a lot earlier to be able to counter yours. Got
it. Okay, let's move on to the third row, boys. This is the A rank row. Valk, take it away.
Yeah, A rank row, I would say most of the times you see these heroes come out, they're going to come out 4th or 5th. Obviously, these heroes can be picked 2nd or 3rd, but usually when they come out that early, for example, you drop an SSB too early, right? You're going to start seeing things like a Roana plus LRK come out 4th or 5th, or a Roana plus, a SSB counter. Although they convey a lot of power, usually the best place to pick them is 4th or 5th.
Well said. One minor thing, guys, YouTube watching, the Twitch chat, Valk and I, we kind of ordered a few things left to right in consideration, but please, when you watch, don't take too much stock into that. A lot of it was just to make some of them happy. A lot of these don't take too much, stock into left to right. Maybe a little bit, especially on the higher rows. Valk, anything else on this row here?
Generally, that would be it.
Okay, let's go through the names. So it's Crow, Fire Charlotte, it's just Charlotte, Flan, Watcher Shuri, Bien, Seaside Bologna, Kisei, Troublemaker Crozet, Carrot, Remnant Violet, Arbiter Vildred, Fairytale Tenebria. This is the new Spirit Iceline, Operator Cigarette, Moonlight Haste. Or what's his full name, guys? Blood Moon Haste?
Blood Moon Haste.
Yes. Senya, Briarwitch Iseria, Milim, Last Rider Kraut, Ambitious Tywin, and Ida. And the reason we're just, once again, naming these out is because a lot of y'all that are newer may not recognize the icon. Okay, Valk, you ready to move on? We're halfway through.
Yeah, I also think we should add a disclaimer. Ida's pretty newly buffed, and Spirit Celine just came out like yesterday, so they're pretty subject to change.
Well said. Also, we have a few others there, guys. Like we're about to go into Palace. These could change drastically. Same thing with even I would say like Kowarik, who we were talking about a lot, the newly buffed ML Kowarik. But just keep that in mind. What Valk said. Some of those are pretty recently buffed. All right, Valk, ready for B tier?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So in B tier is going to be your 4th and 5th pick heroes that are generally going to mostly stay there. I would say, since earlier we said your 1, 2, and 3 pick should be a well-rounded out Guild War offense team, right? For something like standard. 4th and 5th should be 2 heroes that generally synergize with your 1, 2, and 3 pick. So in that sense, right, your 4 and 5, especially like some of these heroes in B tier, are going to be very role specific when they come out on the 4th and 5th pick.
Well said, well said. Okay, let me go through the names real fast. That is the new specially changed Shadow Knight, Pilis, Top Model Luluka, is it Adventure Ross? Is that correct, Valk? Okay. Sage Ball, Bloodblade Karen, Bazaar, Luna, Lilius, Elfelt, Ravi. Remember guys, this is the newly buffed after you complete episode 3, Fire Mercedes, Falconer Clury, General Purgus, Elena, Kowarik, Holiday Fiend, Sid, Pavels, Challenger Dominial, Celine, Rowana, and Archdemon Mercedes. Anything else we need to mention, Valk, on this row?
Generally speaking, yeah, some of these heroes definitely would be picked earlier. For example, Falconer Clury is something that like Asia players pick quite a bit, especially in like an earlier slot. I would even say for Asia players, she might be A tier, but with the release, or rather the buff of Mediator Carrick, she kind of loses quite a bit of power.
Got it. Yeah, she's been one that's moved so much every season. It's like who knows where she'll land up. And for this one, guys, we put her kind of be. The funny thing is, Valk, right? The global players, my chat here wanted her really low or sometimes even off the list, but Asia players, Valk is saying, still really like her. Same thing with the Ambitious Tywin. All right, let's move on to the C tier. Guys, this is where, let's give them the disclaimer, Valk. This is where a lot of y'all watching are going to leave a comment, right? And y'all can leave comments right now. Who do y'all think should be on this list that didn't make the cut? Guys, in this entire pool, we just wanted to keep things simpler, but a lot of these can make it. I'm sure a lot of y'all have made great use of some of these heroes. My chat too. But to keep things as simple as possible, we left a lot of units out, okay? So these are kind of the ones we decided, but this could be this is very biased. A lot of units can make it here that didn't quite, we decided not to put them on. All right, Valk, if you can, explain the C tier for everyone, please.
Yeah, so this would just be heroes that usually have like a niche or a counter they're incredibly good at, but generally speaking, they're not something you want to pick super early or construct an entire strategy around. So for example, something like that would be one of my personal favorite, Assassin Cartusia, right? He adds a lot of like elements of uncertainty when you draft him into cleave. A lot of times he will he will draw a ban, right, in the post ban, and a lot of times that's what you're looking for. Other heroes like that include maybe like a ML Kawazu, right, where he'll be really good into AoE comps, but outside of it, he kind of has a really tough time getting going.
Got it. Yep. Let's go through the names real fast in case y'all don't recognize it. Valk just talked about what's his full name? Did you say ML Kawazu, Valk?
Yeah, I said ML Kawazu because I couldn't remember.
Name, is it Inferno? I think it's Inferno. Yes,
it's Inferno Kawazu.
Inferno Kawazu, Faithless Litica, Tempest Surin. Does Doris? What is Doris's full name on her?
Magic Scholar Doris?
Really? That's one I wouldn't know. Chad, be honest. How many of y'all knew it? I think he's right. Is it Magic Scholar Doris? Acades, Rin, Assassin Coley, Kayron, Champion Zerato, Designer Lilibet, Solitaria, Specimen Says, Mortelix or Mort, Auxiliary Lots. I think that's Auxiliary Lots, and then Assassin Cartusia. All right. And Valk, anything else? I think we kind of covered it, right? A lot of units can go in this row, but it is kind of like, this is what we see more often than not, at least from our perspective and my chat's perspective, usually around Emperor or higher. A lot of y'all will have different results. And a lot of units can make that C tier if you wanted it to. Valk, any closing thoughts? Chat, Twitch chat, anything else? I think this is probably our cleanest. We spent the entire stream drafting this for y'all, so that's why we're not going to go too in depth. But if y'all have any additional questions for me or Valk, just leave them in the comments. And Valk, any closing thoughts on our overall tier list that we made together?
Yeah, I would say like this is probably one of the most like all-encapsulating tier lists in the community right now. And this includes all playstyle, right? Anywhere from Banshee to Standard to Cleave. There's probably a few elements of uncertainty on here, right? With stuff like Ada, stuff like Spirit Eye Celine that might be, you know, subject to big changes in the future.
Yeah.
But, you know, given everything that's happened, right? The Bellion meta shift, which was massive. The Rimuru meta shift, which was also massive, right? Kind of shook up how the game is fundamentally played for a long time. So, you know, as all things considered, this is a really good list.
Couldn't have said it better myself, guys. All right. Boys, there's a special thing at the bottom, but I will give a special shout out to that post-stream, as well as how you can find Valk, all his info there right after. But I want to give a shout out to both Valk here real fast and my Twitch chat. They were a pain in the butt today, but I love them. So YouTube, I always tell y'all to come join us over here. And yeah, I'll tell you all about what this is about in some post-editing real fast. All right. Let's wrap it up there then, Valk, if you want to say bye to the people.
Hey, thanks for having me today, Car. It's always super fun, always super cool interacting with your chat, getting a lot of different takes, and, you know, thank you for having me on.
Of course, my man. Thank you guys, Twitch chat. Thank you so much. Stick around, though. We're not wrapping just yet. And, yeah, we'll get this video up very soon. Alrighty, y'all. That concludes the video. I want to do some last-minute thank yous and shout-outs. First off, thank you guys on YouTube for watching. I really appreciate y'all supporting the channel. I want to thank Valkyria. You can find his link up above, guys, for always coming on, being a good friend of mine. And please check him out on Twitch. He streams usually in the evening, 9 p.m. PST, 11 p.m. Standard Time, around there, pretty late. But he's an amazing RTA educational streamer. You'll really enjoy your time over there. Give him a follow, okay? Last but not least, let's thank some of these sponsored heroes tier list. I had some Twitch viewers want to get these people on the board. These units: Elenov, Central Angelica, Alencia, Penelope, Eufine, Bike, and MLCan. Very good choices. They didn't make the cut, unfortunately, guys. Sure, maybe they could have made it somewhere BC, but we decided to leave them off for good reason. However, they wanted to put them on the board, so they donated bits and stuff just to make sure they have a spot in the video. I'll put their names above, guys. Without them, without my Twitch viewers, without you guys on YouTube, none of this would be possible. So, quick thank you. I really appreciate every single one of y'all watching. And yeah, special shout out to those guys in the sponsored heroes tier list. Their names will be right above. Thank you guys. I'll catch y'all in the next one.